All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. And happy Mother's Day to any of the moms out there. We are going to get into it today. It's going to be pretty straightforward, and we're just going to get after it. So I don't want to take too much time away from your Mother's Day, so we will just get started. So I'll get up with you guys and do our little warm-up routine that we've become pretty accustomed to. But just shaking things out, as always. And we'll just start with some easy arm swings. And the first minute or so here, just swing the arms around, stretch the body a little bit, and kind of get some side to side action. Just some movement all over. The spine kind of loosened up a little bit. And we'll do that for a few seconds before we start our arm swings. All right. So let's start today by let's go reverse. So we'll start with the left arm. Big circles right over the back. Reach behind you as you come over the top. Again, as I've mentioned before, you're feeling this across the front of the shoulder, across the front of the chest right here, right over the top. These don't have to be fast. You don't have to fly through these. We'll do about 10 each side, just big range of motion, getting the shoulder wheel moving here. All right, let's switch to the other side. Nice stable upper body while we're doing this. Let's just say kind of reach behind you. Feel that stretch right across the front of the shoulder and right across the chest there. We'll do about 10 on this side. All right, now let's go back to the other arm. This time we are going to go forward. Forward for about 10. And this is where this time you feel it more in the back of the shoulder. That trigger point where we always feel the stretch bands right back in this area. Try to get that stretched out as well as the shoulder. Some mobility here. We'll do about 10. I tend to be a little slow over the top and then just let it go through. We'll switch to the other side. And slowly starting to loosen up here, hopefully. All right, big circles, there we go. All right, let's shake it back out here. Now let's kind of engage the core and the hips sort of when we're doing the standing exercise. So bend over, and we're just gonna do some arm swings this way. Kind of get the other plane of movement going. We can do both arms together like a skater, and then we can do the swimmer on the starting blocks. Kind of trying to get your hands up and clap behind you. And I get nowhere close to that, but I can try. All right, let's stand back up. Get up and do, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do our double arm swings. Let's get into that actually. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna streamline, nice and tight. We'll do that one because I always like this. This is where all of a sudden I start to feel everything loosen up through the spine. You can lean to one side, lean to the other side, and then really feel yourself elongate here and stretch up, right up towards the ceiling or the sky. And then from here, let's go right into our double arm swing going forward. So we'll go forward arm swings. So with these, again, big range of motion. And you can kind of hop through this, get your arms moving a little bit faster now. But try to feel the stretch as well as the movement here as we go through this. We'll do about 10 forward. And then we'll go back up into our streamline, stretch again. Some side leans in there. Get it up, and then let's do both arms together backwards now. So big over the top, I'm gonna move forward, hitting the doorway. Big stretch. You can kind of get a little bounce in if you'd like. But right over the top, try to squeeze the shoulder blades together. All right, and then let's just shake it out again. Get some swings and hopefully feeling loose enough to where we can get going. All right, so in our preset today, we're gonna throw in something we did on Wednesday. So if you were here for the Wednesday class, what we did is we started working on the catch phase. And it was something Matt Dixon talked about in a daily bulletin last week, and that's isolating the top of the stroke and the catch up there. So let me grab my cord real quick and show you what we're talking about here and what I'm looking for when we do this. So as we do this, what we're doing is we want to start with just a little bit of tension on the cords, not a lot, just enough to hold your hands in place. And what we're going to be doing is today when we do it, we're going to do both arms together. And all we're doing is, if you'll notice, my shoulder doesn't move, my elbow doesn't move, my hands drop down and then back up. So it's just this catch phase. You know, one of the things I've talked about with my athletes is if you feel like when you're taking a swim stroke, your arm comes in, it's like there's a big round barrel and you're trying to wrap your arm over the top of that barrel to grab it. That's what this is. Straight down here, straight back up. So we're going to do a few of these in our preset or pre-main today. Just working on that catch right through there. The big thing is make sure you don't break your wrist. Keep the fingertips pointed down. The other big thing, don't let your elbow come up high. Don't let it come higher than your shoulder. So the fingertips just drop right down to here. All right. A nice little short demo there, but what we're gonna do is well, I'll tell you what, we'll go one little thing at a time here. I'll take some little breaks in between, but when we start here, and we'll get started in about 20 to 30 seconds here. We're gonna do 20 seconds straight, both arms at the same time, that double arm, just the catch phase. So elbows, shoulder, stay here. Both arms are just gonna drop them to the catch until you have that nice kind of 90 degree angle there with your forearm and your fingertips straight down, and then it's right back up to the top. All right, so we're gonna do 20 seconds of that straight, and we are gonna start that right now. Okay, so 20 seconds, just dropping the fingertips down. Remember, if we're standing, we wanna try to be more to the parallel side of the floor as we can. And make sure we're not bringing the elbows back as we do this. Just a few more seconds just to kind of get warmed up. Okay, let's take a break and stop. Excellent, good. So right now we're just getting that form down, starting to feel good, starting to feel loose. All right, from there, we're gonna bring it all the way back now. We're gonna do 20 seconds straight of double arm pulls, slow and controlled. This is form focused. We're still just getting warmed up. So don't speed through this. It is slow and purposeful. We're gonna do 20 seconds straight, and we're gonna start right now. 20 seconds, double arm pulls all the way through. So 20 seconds of double arm pulls, slow and controlled, all the way through the back now. Still keep the focus on that catch up front though. And all the way back, and finish with a nice straight arm through the back. Excellent, and stop. Good. We'll take a short little break here. Now what we're gonna do is we are gonna isolate each arm on its own. So we are gonna do, oops, I'm tripping over cords. We're gonna do just the catch. We're gonna do just the left arm. Your right arm can just be down by your side. You can just rest on your knee if you'd like, but it's just gonna be just the catch. We're gonna do about 10 seconds of this, and then we're gonna do 15-ish seconds of pull all the way through with that same arm. So we're gonna do about 10 seconds of just the catch, right into about 15 seconds of left arm only pulls. So left arm only catch, right into left arm only pulls, and then we're gonna repeat for the right side after a short break. So let's get set up. We're gonna go with just the left arm here. We're gonna start out with just the catch portion at the top. And we're gonna start that right now. So just the catch portion at the top, and then right back up. Make sure the elbow doesn't come back. A couple more seconds. All right, now let's switch to full arm pulls with that left arm. So still focusing on the catch, but now bring it all the way through the back. Good, we're gonna do that for 5 more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, we're gonna take a short rest here, and then we're gonna do the other arm. So that was our left arm. Now we're gonna go to our right arm. And again, we're gonna start with 10-ish, 15 seconds of just the catch at the top. And then we're gonna transition into the full pull all the way through. Okay, we're gonna get going in 10 seconds. Right arm only this time. Switching arms. Okay, and go. Just the catch at the top. Make sure we're not dropping that elbow. Looking good. Form focused here. All right, now let's transition to full pull all the way through the back now. Finish with a nice straight arm parallel to your body. Still focus on that catch up top. And rest. All right, nice job. Take a short rest here. And we're gonna finish up by going back to what we started with, where we're gonna do just the catch, both arms at the same time for about 15 seconds or so. And then we're gonna go into full double arm pulls. So remember, we wanna be nice and parallel. And as we transition to the double arm, we wanna keep working on the catch up top here, and then we wanna extend all the way through to here. Make sure we're not finishing up high above your body, but right parallel to the floor. All right, so just the catch, both arms together at the same time. And we are gonna start that right now. Just the catch, double arm, just the catch. Now full double arm pulls all the way through the back. Good job. Right through the back. Okay, and rest. Good. All right, you guys can drop the bands for a minute, stretch out a little bit, grab some water before we get into the main set. Hopefully we're starting to feel a little bit loose. The muscles are warming up enough so we can get into it today. And as I said, we're gonna fly right through this with some alternating between single arm and double arm. We're gonna keep this all at about the same intensity. We're gonna be doing single arm stuff where again, one of the things we work on a lot when we do this is we talk about tempo, and we talk about finding that rhythm. So I know I see some new faces today, so we're gonna go over this again real quick. But when we do the stretch chords, one of the things we wanna do is we wanna find that swimming rhythm where we can kind of get into how we would be doing if we were swimming. So we're not coming back, switching arms back. As this arm comes back up, right about my shoulder, that's when I'm starting my pull with my other arm. So I'm up here, right into it. So it's finding that rhythm. Now, when I say rhythm, sometimes it's easy, you get into it and you start bouncing. We don't want to be bouncing. We just want to be nice and flat, nice and still, but finding that similar swim rhythm. So with our single arm stuff, that's what I want us thinking about is like an endurance rhythm. So sometimes I'll give you a percentage. We'll say it's like a 70-75% effort. You know, we don't want so much tension that you're crushing yourself. It's something that I would want you to be able to hold for a couple minutes if we did go that far. Just feeling good, feeling the form. And then we're gonna do some in between those single arms, some double arm pulls. Now the double arm, you can add a little bit of tension to that if you'd like, but on the double arm, I want you thinking more about tempo. So it's getting the catch and then accelerating through the back. Looking the catch and then accelerating through the back of that pull. All right, so as I said, we're gonna fly through some short intervals, but we're also gonna be doing these on short rest. So I'm gonna be giving you the cues as best I can and the rest as best I can, and we're gonna get going. But we are gonna start right off the bat with 20 seconds of alternating single arm. So this is one of those ones where we're finding the rhythm, kind of finding that flow a little bit. And from that, we're gonna go 20 seconds of single arm, alternating, just like we're swimming, into 15 seconds of double arm, into 30 seconds of alternating, back to 15 seconds of double arm, and we're gonna kind of climb up this ladder as we go. The single arm is gonna increase, the double arm is always gonna be 15 seconds. And we're gonna have some shortish 20 seconds or so rest in between all of this. So as I said, we're gonna fly right through it. All right, so as I said, we're gonna start with 20-second alternating single arm, and we'll get going in about 10 seconds here. So it'll be 20 seconds of alternating single arm, working on finding that rhythm and the flow. All right, and that starts right now. Go for it. Making sure we're not bouncing, nice and stable. 20 seconds straight. Already halfway there. Look at that. Okay, and rest. We're gonna do a short rest. We've got 20 seconds of double arm, and on this, we're really focusing on the catch portion and then accelerating through the back. So you can add a little tension to this if you would like. All right, 15 seconds of double arm starts right now. Go. Now the big thing is making sure we're still not dropping those elbows. Work on that catch up front and then accelerate through the back. 5 more seconds. And rest. Excellent. Short rest here. Now we're going to go into 30 seconds of alternating single arm. We're going to go into 30 seconds of alternating single arm. We're going to get started on that in 5 seconds. All right, 30 seconds starts right now. Go for it. 30 seconds straight, alternating single arm. Nice and stable. Neutral head position, so we want to make sure we're not burying that chin into your chest. Make sure you're not straining your neck, staring straight up ahead of you. And now we're finding that rhythm. Got 5 more seconds. And rest. Okay, all right, we'll take another 20 seconds or so here. And now we have another 15 seconds of the double arms. You can add a little bit of tension, but this is finding that catch up front, accelerate through the back. We're gonna get started in 5 seconds. Got 15 seconds of double arm, and go. Remember, we talk about tempo a lot, and one of the things I like to say, it's not just moving your arms faster, it's accelerating more. So I'm gonna accelerate through the stroke here. Got 5 more seconds. And rest. Excellent. So again, short rest, and we're gonna keep climbing that ladder for the single arm. We're gonna get going in about 10 seconds. We've got 40 seconds straight of single arm now. 40 seconds straight of alternating single arm, where we're really working on that rhythm and kind of find the flow here. All right, and that starts right now. Go for it. 40 seconds straight. Making sure we're not bouncing, but still want to have that catch up front. He's looking good today. Can't even find anyone to pick on. Making sure we're not dropping that elbow. Don't let it come up too high. Halfway there. Ten more seconds. Just like you're out for a long swim. And rest. Excellent. So those are getting a little longer now. Fatigue may be starting to set in. We'll have a bit of an extended break coming up soon. Not there yet though. We're going right back to our 15 seconds of double arm now. 15 seconds of double arm with a little more tension and a little more acceleration, a little higher tempo on these. I'm gonna get started in 5 seconds. Okay, and go. 15 seconds of double arm. Nice high elbow catch and accelerate through that back. 5 more seconds. And rest. Okay, excellent. A few more intervals to go before we get a bit of an extended rest. Single arm is up to 50 seconds straight now. 50 seconds straight of alternating single arm. Got a short rest here so we're not getting too much accumulation, but not too much rest. We're gonna go in 5 seconds. We have 50 seconds straight. And that starts right now. Go, 50 seconds straight, alternating single arm. Again, we're working on that rhythm, that swim rhythm. Good catch up front. Now this is where we start to get tired. And if you're not on a bench and you're standing for this, this might be where you start to stand up a little bit too tall. You might start to bounce a little bit. It's a really nice solid core here. We have 20 more seconds. Nice high elbow catch up front. Now this is where the elbow might start dropping a little bit. We're probably getting sore a little bit behind the shoulder. Keep that elbow up on that catch. 5 more seconds. And rest. All right, excellent. Again, shortish rest, and we're gonna go back to our 15 seconds of double arm. 15 seconds is gonna be like cakewalk now. We're getting up longer on the single. This double 15 seconds shouldn't be too bad. All right, we are going to get going in 5 seconds. 15 seconds of double arm. And go. 15 seconds of double arm. I find it's a little bit easier to get the catch with 2 arms at the same time. Hopefully you guys are feeling that too. Elbows look a little bit higher here, which is good. 5 more seconds. And rest. All right, this will be the last of our single arm before we take an extended break. So we're gonna get going. We've got a full minute straight now of alternating single arm. Full minute straight, guys are almost there. Then you can get some rest, then you can get some water. We're gonna get started in 5 seconds. 5 seconds, 1 minute straight of alternating single arm. And go, 1 minute straight. This is where it's gonna start to burn a little at the end here. But hold that form, hold the rhythm. And it's all the little things we're checking in on. Head position, catch up front, and finishing all the way through the back. We don't want to shorten the stroke out. We want a nice straight arm pushing through past the hip. We're halfway there. Making sure we're not bouncing. Looking good. Okay, we have 15 more seconds. We are almost there. Double check on form here as we start to fatigue. Keep that head up. And rest. Okay, short rest, and we've got 15 seconds of double arm, then you get a long rest. So back to our 15 seconds of double arm, and then you get a nice extended break. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. Got 15 seconds of double arm. In 5. Okay, ready and go. 15 seconds. All the way through the back on this. 5 more seconds. And rest. All right, you guys can drop the bands, grab some water, grab a towel, take a little extended break here before we get into the second half of this set. Nice job. Stretch the arms out a little. I know this, we've talked about this before. I know everybody's starting to feel it right back in here. So you can get in and really kind of try to stretch the triceps out and the lats and get the shoulders stretched out through here. But really work on stretching that out. You might even be feeling a little bit across the front there. But just take this opportunity to really stretch, especially this spot right back here, where we really get tender and really start to feel it. Right. That's good. I told you we were going to hammer it today. We're going to get right through and get right going. We've been doing these stretch cords, these swim bands for, like I said, I looked it up today. We started on April 1st, so with this session anyway, live. And I guess we threw them into the library for everybody a little bit before that. So we should be getting accustomed to them and get going a little bit. But hopefully we can start to mix in some swims depending where you are. Not here yet. I'm up in Maine. We had snow yesterday, so not quite ready to swim with snow. All right, so this is where the fun begins. We'll see how far we get going here. But we are going to start right off the bat with 1 minute straight of alternating. If you got to the end of that last minute and you found that you weren't able to finish that pull all the way through the back, this might be a good time to adjust and move a little bit closer, a little less tension, to make sure that we are getting all the way to here. And I don't want you to get to the end of the minute and think that there's no way you could go any longer. And this should be like a 75% type endurance effort. So it shouldn't be completely crushing, though with the stretch bands, it does tend to accumulate. So it's all right, but we're gonna start right off the bat with 1 minute straight of alternating single arm. We'll get going here in about 15 seconds. It's gonna be 1 minute straight. And again, we're really emphasizing lately, that catch. And from what I've seen, everybody's looking really good with that catch. So that's good. We want to keep that going. As we fatigue, that's usually the first thing to go, is you start, instead of that elbow coming up for the pull, what tends to happen is you start to pull the elbow back. So you want to keep that elbow nice and high throughout that catch. All right, sorry, I talked too long there. 5 seconds. We're going to do 1 minute straight, alternating single arm. And go. 1 minute straight. So it's a nice long minute. Plenty of time to find the rhythm as we keep talking about here. Just feel the flow. Tempo doesn't have to be super high on this. It's just, as I keep saying, finding the rhythm and finding the groove. And most importantly, it's working on maintaining this form as we get fatigued. As fatigue and soreness starts to set in, it's holding the form. Okay, we have 20 more seconds to go. 20 more seconds. Make sure we're finishing all the way through the back. Just the tension if you need to. 10 more seconds. And rest. All right, take a little break, take a little break. Okay. So instead of doing 15 seconds of double arm, we're gonna go 30 seconds of double arm. Now you don't have to increase the tension on this, but we're gonna go right into 30 seconds now of double arm, but I do want you to still think about emphasizing the acceleration and the tempo through that double arm stroke. So catch here and then push hard through the back. So we're gonna do 30 seconds straight of double arm. We will get going in 5 seconds. Okay, and go. 30 seconds of double arm. Again, this is another one of those we want to make sure we're finishing all the way through the back. Nice straight arm. So I know we're getting tired, so I'm going to get a little check on head position, where it's almost like you're wearing a snorkel, nice and neutral. And rest. All right, take about 30 seconds of rest here. And lucky you all, we're only gonna go 45 seconds of alternating single arm this time. We're gonna take 15 seconds off that alternating single arm, and we're only gonna go 45. You made up for it in that double arm. But we're gonna get going in about 10 seconds. We're gonna do 45 seconds of alternating single arm. We're gonna start in 5 seconds. Okay, and go. 45 seconds. You don't need any more tension on this. It doesn't have to be too much harder. It's just finding that rhythm and working on the catch. Okay, 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. Remember, make sure we're not bouncing as we do this. We've got 15 more seconds. Looking good. Keep those elbows up. 5 more seconds. And rest. All right. Ooh, there we go. Nice little rest. So you were lucky enough to only have to do 45 seconds of single arm, but now you have to do 45 seconds of double arm. So we're gonna bring that one up a little bit. 45 seconds of double arm. Again, you don't need to add too much tension on it this time around as we're going through these. It's more about just working on that tempo with a good catch and acceleration through the back. And we will get started in 15 seconds. So you get a little more rest here. We'll get going. And then again, it's gonna be 45 seconds straight of double arm. And we will go in 5 seconds. And go. Double arm pulls. We're working the catch and accelerating through. Driving the arms back past the hips. You know, I always like to use the phrase and the cue word power when we're doing double arm pulls. Now, again, we're doing that. We don't need a ton of tension on it as we do it, but we still can work on that power and accelerating through the back. Okay, we have got 15 more seconds of this. 15 more seconds. Nice job. 5 more seconds. And rest. Excellent. We'll take 30 to 40 seconds or so rest. I think you guys can see where this is going. We're going to bring you down to 30 seconds of alternating single arm. 30 seconds of alternating single arm this time around. So that's coming down. That's nice. But still finding the rhythm. Keeping that nice high elbow up front. We will get going in, let's see, we'll go in 10 seconds from right now. We've got 30 seconds of alternating single arm. We are going in 5 seconds. And go, 30 seconds, alternating single arm. All right, must be nice and short. 15 more seconds. Nice short interval means form is gonna be perfect. Got 5 more seconds. And rest. Okay, we've only got 2 intervals left. 2 more. But the first one of those 2 is gonna be a minute straight of double arm. So double arm pulls, 1 minute straight. Big, nice high elbow catch up front, accelerating through the back, power pull all the way through. And we will get going in 15 seconds, a little extra rest here. 1 minute straight of the double arm pulls. Okay, we will go in 5 seconds. And go, 1 minute straight of double arm. Making sure we're able to finish all the way through. Again, kind of exploding those arms past the hips. Set up the catch up front. Once the fingertips drop, that's when we start the acceleration, right through the back. We're looking really good on this. Let me see. Good. And if you can't finish all the way through the back, maybe take a little step forward. And we want to make sure we're getting full range of motion as we do these. We're over halfway there. We're past the halfway mark. Finish all the way through here. "15 more seconds. That's it for this interval. So keep on pushing through. Don't let those elbows drop as we get tired. Don't let the head drop. 5 more seconds. And rest. Okay. Like I said, we've got 1 interval left. 1 interval left. 5 minutes. I'm totally kidding. 15 seconds. 15 seconds of alternating single arm. That's going to finish it up. I'm not going to throw anything crazy at you today. Don't worry about it. Just 15 seconds of alternating single arm at the end here. Nice and short. Plenty of opportunity here for perfect form, perfect strokes as we finish this up. We'll get going in 10 seconds and just finish it up with 15 seconds of alternating single arm just to feel good here at the end. Okay, and go. 15 seconds. Nice and short. Just finishing it out. 1 last opportunity to feel good. 5 more seconds. That's it. Okay, and rest. You guys are done. Boom. My 6-year-old was very happy to hear that. He just cheered for you all. I don't know if you could hear him. Nice job, everybody. That was good. I told you we were going to kind of get at it and hit it. We did a lot today in a shorter amount of time. So good for you. I'm sure you might be feeling it. Make sure we stretch out, especially right back through here where we get tight, but stretch those shoulders out. And yeah, if anyone's got any questions, if anyone's got anything about getting back into the open water and swimming, about the stretch bands, anything at all, let me know. And I'm happy to take this time to answer some questions. Okay, look at that.
I'll take you up on that one. Getting back in the pool. Any advice?
Take it slow. You know, we're hopefully working on a back to swim program, similar to like a back to run program. So it's going to be basically supporting swims just a couple times a week. Hey, bud, take a break. Where, you know, it's you want to, similar to the way you started the stretch cords, right? We didn't just jump right in and do 5-minute intervals. We still aren't. So start out with some shorter stuff, keeping it long. You slowly want to build back into it. So that's the biggest thing. You don't need to go back right back to 3 times a week. I know I have a couple one-to-one athletes that are able to get into open water now. And what we're doing is we started out doing 1 open water swim a week, 2 stretch band swims, kept that in. And now we're at a point where they're doing 2 open water swims, 1 swim band, and then eventually we'll progress along that way. But I think the swim bands are great, especially keep mixing them in, works on that very specific swim strength. But start slow, start easy, and then build right back into it.
I love the dry land. I'll keep it up afterwards. And thanks, John. Appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, Jason and I are hoping to get into open water perhaps this week. But I mean, it's getting warmer here, but it's still wetsuit type. But Jason might not be able to come with us, but so I might be going on my own with the kids. But so I was thinking like 20, 30 minutes in and then out, because I haven't been for a while.
Yeah, I wouldn't push it too much beyond that. And if it's cold too, I mean, take breaks and set it up so where if you can, you know, I think we mentioned the session. So swim out for a few minutes, swim back for a few minutes, hop out of the water, stay warm, you know, integrate some things where you're not just sitting in the water still. Instead of, if it's really cold, instead of doing a static rest, you could do just super easy swimming rest or just something slow. So your body's still moving and still generating a little bit of heat. But I did talk to Jason, so you guys will get some stuff. I'll give him some stuff, then you'll get some stuff.
Because I mean, I might take my older daughter out. She's a swimmer, but she hasn't been out in open water for a while. But she's just starting back into try. She was a collegiate runner, and she was a swimmer before she was a runner. So she's got all the stuff in her arsenal. So she's hoping to do her first half at the end of the year. But I mean, she's pretty fast anyway, but she's just nervous about going out in open water because she hasn't been out for a while.
And that's the tricky thing too. I think a lot of people, you know, one, tend to be nervous with open water anyway. Now, all of a sudden, we're getting into open water maybe earlier than we would. So it's colder on top of that. Plus, we haven't been swimming. So there's a lot of anxiety-inducing things. So that's why I think it's really important to take it easy. And even if it's just starting for like swim out for 2 minutes, swim back, take a break, see where you're at, you know, and you judge the conditions as well, because I think that's one of the things we forget is that the cold affects you. It comes on slowly. And then once you're cold, and you don't want to get stuck out somewhere and just all of a sudden have that cold set in and the shakes come in and the headache comes. And, you know, so it's really about playing it smart too, especially with the open water stuff. Yeah.
I mean, the air temperature is going to be about 89 this week. So, and I'm hoping that the water temperature is going to be in the mid 60s. So it's going to be comfortable. Yeah. And so I'm hoping that it with the air temperature, it make it feel even more comfortable.
Yeah.
And,
that's nice.
And get out there.
I know some people are pushing it a little and, you know, getting in upper 40s, lower 50s.
Yeah, I know. It must be cold up with you still.
Yeah, we're still at like 45 or 46. So not quite there yet.
No. I'm struggling to get Jason out. He's just got back on his run. So I actually got him out today.
Yeah, say no treadmill for Jason. Wow.
No, he was going to, but you know, he promised me, and he actually did. He actually felt really good, so that's good. Excellent. But great. All right, great. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right.
Okay, bye.
I just wanted to say thank you. I actually got out in open water last weekend. The water was about 62, and the air temperature was about 75. Long sleeve wetsuit. We were perfect, and I really do think these sessions have helped. So Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the great thing about the swim bands is that they translate really well to open water. And because if you think about it, when you're in a pool, you're swimming 25 yards, a flip turn. You're not using your arms. It is rest for it's short, but it is rest for your shoulders. Whereas when we're doing the stretch cords, it doesn't stop. It's relentless. So it really mimics the open water pretty well, I think. So I'm glad to hear that. And I think that's what people will find too, is if you get in the open water, you know, it's if you remember like back to years past, if you've gotten into that first open water swim you haven't done in a while and you get to about 30 strokes and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, my shoulders are tired. This I think really helps alleviate some of that a little bit, where you kind of that fatigue doesn't set in quite as quickly, because we just, like I said, we get so used to swimming in a pool and having that break with the turn on the wall, for sure.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. Like, it's made a huge.
You're very welcome. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You're very welcome. All right. Well, I will let you all go. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see anybody that wants to come next Wednesday.
Thanks, John.